Welcome to Sage Sisters. We are sisters, besties, moms, and co-founders having a fun catch-up on parenting and life. Hey, I'm Ann.
And I'm Kate. What up? Happy Pod Day.
Happy pod. Welcome back to Sage Sisters.
I know I'm excited to catch up with you. I was looking forward. So,
Always.
What's your topic? Because you're up today.
Well, we have teased this before, which was content roundup. Basically, we talk about a lot of content we're loving in pieces, and every once in a while we'll have a podcast dedicated to it. So that's this one. This is what we're watching, what we're about to watch, good quality content with the family, for yourself, all the things.
Love it.
So I'm excited.
It's one of the best parts of fall. I mean, it's like sports heaven, but it's also just like all the new shows are back on. Yes, let's go.
I love it. And look, you love to read. I like to do different things outside, but is there anything better than a good show, especially as the weather's starting to like get cozy? I don't know. I love it. It's good.
Blanket
good for the soul.
Good for the soul. Wave it in. All right, cool. I'm excited to go through all the content.
Me too.
Kick it off with your high.
My high was last week. I went up to Evansville, Indiana, our hometown, and visited mom and dad just by myself. No kids, no Phil. And it was because our dog Birdie needed a surgery. She had cataracts. We had to get the surgery for her eyes. And it went well.
Good.
She can see. This is actually day one of her seeing. We got it last week, and she was supposed to be fuzzy for a couple days. And
what was
already
that
yesterday.
Like? How could you tell?
So it's not like a human reveal where all of a sudden they can see and you have this great like moment to record. It's not like that.
Have you seen those with the colorblind kids?
They make me cry every time.
Every single time.
So I was kind of hoping that we would have this dog moment with tears. But honestly, it wasn't that. But it was so cute. Like she used to, like at the end, she was almost running into walls. She would bark when you walked in the room because she could just see a figure, you know?
Yeah,
and thing. I swear we had this moment where I'm holding her head and she's looking at me for the first time. Now she could have been thinking, Mom, I thought you were cuter.
You look better with my filter.
Yeah, she was, she didn't move. Aww. She just stared at me. There was no expression. Yeah. It was kind of this moment of like really sweet. And Phil had that moment with her, and Lola, my sweet soul, she's spicy, but man, is she the sweetest. Yeah. She went up and she was talking to Birdie as if Birdie didn't speak English, or it was just hilarious. She was going, Birdie, I'm Lola, your sister. It's like, oh
my God.
It's like the sweetest thing is like, honey, she always heard you and smelled you, and she just hadn't seen you in a little bit. And so it was the funniest thing. It was just sweet. So sweet. Yeah. So that was like a sweet high. But on the flip side, I also got to spend quality time with the parents by myself. That doesn't happen.
No, not often.
We had the best time. So night one, I went to dinner with Sarah and Mom, and it was just nice catch up. We went to the new place on the river in Evansville, or somewhat new.
The Mediterranean
It's a Mediterranean place.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. At Merida or something like that.
Merida, I think.
Merida. It was perfect. We were on the water. Right before that, I met for a glass of wine with one of my best friends from high school, Liza. I just had a great night. And then the next day, Mom and I went to lunch solo, and we did a little shopping.
Oh.
And it was just the best. We got quality time together, and
what a treat to shop with someone else.
I know.
It has to be the right person. But
Mom is that person. She's stylish. She also loves to buy an item for you, which I appreciate, because she doesn't get that time. She always says, let me do it.
And she's a good piddler. She'll kind of, try some stuff on. She's a participant. She's not just...
She loves a piddle. And I love to just be like, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And just like talk about each item. Like,
I think the word piddle's not used enough now that I'm thinking of it. I love the word piddle. It's perfect.
I agree.
It's a perfect word.
We piddled and then got a nice coffee in the afternoon. It was just great.
You did.
One other funny thing. Well, it's my obsession, but this sweater.
I thought I hadn't recognized that before.
I can't wait to talk about it later. It's the best.
It looks very cozy.
I just, a fall staple item. Perfection. Now I'm like going into the season feeling like I have something new. Love it.
Not to turn middle child too quickly here, but it is my birthday week and she's buying you shit. Okay. Just putting it on the record. Okay.
I never get time with mom. Think about this as like once in a year.
She rewards us for coming in solo.
That's right. It just happened to line up. I know she does the same for you when you come in for the like different board meetings and stuff you have. I know she does. So this was just it just happened to line up with your birthday.
Okay.
But I helped her buy an item for you online that shipped to you for your birthday in the same moment.
I take it all back.
Exactly. You're welcome.
I'm glad you felt guilty. That's what that tells me.
This is hilarious too. Complete side note, but it made me die. She also gave me a scrapbook that she had been keeping and found of my sports history.
Okay.
Now, I'm sure your scrapbook is pretty thick. Mine was like medium thick. But she kept college essays. She kept articles from the newspaper. And I just started going through it. And there was a theme. And I couldn't stop cracking up. I couldn't wait to tell you on the pod.
Okay, what was it?
My college essay was like coming out of the shadows of two sisters who were successful.
That was your deepest,
like I've never been able to make a life for myself because I always followed in the footsteps. And I read that essay and I was crying laughing. It was so funny. You got to send
it to me. I'd love to read it.
I'll send it to you. And then I was looking through news articles of like clippings from volleyball and basketball. And there was one from my senior year titled legit Coming Out of the Shadows. And the whole article was about you. I was like, obviously I was angsty for a reason. It was like Ann Indris finally comes out of the shadows to like perform well. And it was all like, because her sister Kate was so good at basketball. It's like, that was 2 years ago.
Quit talking about it, people.
She's been at Ball State for 2 years.
That's funny.
I died.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I want to see those. I love there's nothing funnier than like an angsty teen journal that you find. No. You really get back in the headspace.
The best. And also the amount of pictures that she had kept from news clippings where I was like fuzzy in the background. It was like somebody else in the front, but I was still in the background. You could barely tell it was me. Was just the sweetest. It's like she really tried for me to be like, you also were successful.
It's so funny.
Anyways, sweet moments.
They're the best.
I know. What was your high this week? That was a long one, but I had to fill you in on that.
Well, it feels like it's been a minute.
I know.
It's been not that long actually, but a lot has happened. I feel like I lived a whole life this weekend. Again, it was just like a busy, fun, great weekend with a lot of great moments, but we had our last bocce game of the season.
Love that. And remind everyone what that is because I know what you do on Fridays, but go on.
Well, it's a bocce ball adult league where we put the kids in this kids club. So they come with us, but we have babysitters for them for 2 hours. It's perfect. Yeah. And it was like a beautiful fall evening. I was finally able to wear a sweater and jeans. I was like, yes, it was just like the fall vibes were falling. Yeah. Or I should have said the fall vibes are vibing. That makes more sense.
I know. I like it. The fall vibes are falling into place.
Interesting. Okay. Also, I haven't really cared about bocce. I've been of the attitude, like, what a fun time to go catch up with friends. And I have never really, we've been terrible this year and I've been unbothered. But it was the last game of the season and we were playing this team that was very competitive. They won the league last year and there was only like 6 of us there. And sometimes when there's less people there, you can focus more on the game. Like if there's a lot of people, you barely roll. You can't get into a rhythm. Long story short, I just decided to have 2 dirty martinis. So I was just feeling good.
Last podcast, I believe you said you were going to stop drinking. So I'm glad that lasted a week.
That's about how long it always lasts. It honestly was a long ass week where I didn't drink. And I started like Friday morning being like, man, a dirty martini sounds good. There's the most hilarious. We're gonna post it. I think it's hysterical. It's called like It's Soup Season, but she's souping a dirty martini. Have you seen this?
Saw it. Yeah, okay. Saw it. It obviously hit you and I's algorithm because we're the same. And I laughed out loud at it.
Yeah. So it was soup season. I was like wanting that filthy, filthy blue cheese dirty martini.
Yeah.
But I was also like, just the perfect amount of everything is aligning. And I was like, I'm gonna do good at bocce tonight. I'm just gonna like crush this. I was phenomenal, if I do say so myself.
I have no doubts.
I just locked in. I rolled the other team.
Am I gonna have to come out of the shadows if I also want to play bocce again?
Maybe. I turned it on, and the other team was so pissed. We beat the best team in the league. We've been terrible all year, but we beat the best team in the league.
Nothing better.
So anyways, that was so fun. Also just a great Friday, and I was still in bed by 9:30, which is the way I like it.
Oh, yeah.
Then Saturday, I had a super fun thing. I played in a tennis invitational, and it was Grease Lightning themed, and I went as like Sandra D in the like black Spanx.
I have never talked to an adult who has more themes than you. It's insanity.
I know. Tennis picks up right where business school left off.
Totally. It's insane for sure. But I mean, there's nothing better than dressing up as Sandy. Do you feel, I mean, no, I don't know if it's just because of how cool I thought that movie was way back when. Yeah. And it still stands the test of time. But do you feel sexier than like there's no sexier feeling than dressing up as Sandy.
You say that until you see the nasty ass blonde wig that I wore. It was the one I wore for Princess Peach, and then I just tucked it up. It didn't look like her. It was Princess like yellow. Yeah. It was like not blonde. It was like yellow. It was repulsive. It was repulsive. Awesome. I took what was a sexy outfit and I made it repulsive.
Hard to do. Impressive.
Hard to do. And then, but it was like a super fun, beautiful day of tennis. Although, to be honest with you, one of my lows is I was really sore. I'm sore from a costume party. That's where I'm at in my life.
I mean, what kind of moves were you doing on the dance floor to be sore?
It was tennis, babe. It wasn't dancing.
Oh, tennis. Sorry.
I played like 3+ hours of tennis and like.
I was not following that. I thought that it was a party.
Oh, no. This was a themed tennis invitational.
So sorry. Got it now.
Okay.
All right.
Then.
That makes more sense.
That night, I was definitely like a little exhausted. Mm-hmm. And Grace had a birthday party, and she just has such a great group of friends, and like I love the moms. And we call them slow pickups. Have you heard this? But it's basically like if your kid is having a play date with a mom you call it a slow pickup, and then you have a glass of wine together and chill before you leave.
I love that.
So
I didn't know there was an actual name for it, but I'm here for that.
I made it up, I think, but that's what
I like it.
It's catching on. So it's like she was like, come early and we'll sit around the fire.
Yeah.
So I don't know, maybe people kind of came in at different times, but I think there were like 8 or 9 of us at the end having a glass of wine. Oh my
gosh. Amazing.
At the end of the girls' birthday party, and then we took them home. It was just perfect. And I was like, it's hard to schedule a whole night with your girlfriends. Mm-hmm. But doing a slow pickup was perfect. And by the way, in sweats.
Yeah.
We all were wearing slippers.
Okay.
It was perfect. By the fire pit outside. Glass of wine.
Delightful.
Heaven. Yeah. It was perfect. Yeah. I was literally like, more of this. Mm-hmm.
Slow pickups. That's going to be a new term. I'm going to pull it over here too.
And is there anything better than just like a little outdoor fire when it starts to be fall? But
no, we did a little fire pit on Friday night with our neighbors. Yeah. Delightful.
That's my high. It was a good weekend.
I love that. That seems like a delightful weekend. Good for you.
What do you got on the low?
Well, it's kind of rolling into Birdie's surgery, which is the outcome of the surgery is amazing. Yeah. But the maintenance right after surgery is really hard. It's equivalent to a human getting cataracts. So if you've ever known anybody who's gotten that surgery, it requires a lot of medication,
couple weeks of recovery.
And a lot of eye drops and a cone. Yeah. So I think we've gotten into a groove.
The cone's not the human version.
That's a good call out. I didn't. Yeah, I mean, maybe some humans need it though.
I was just picturing a human with a cone.
They need the ostrich pillow from last week's discussion.
Totally.
Well, it's just we have 5 eye drops that have to be done 4 times a day with 5 minutes in between each eye drop. So if you follow that, each round of eye drops is about 30 minutes that you have to have.
Now, is a dog receptive to eye drops, or is this like eye drops on my kids that they don't want?
Not necessarily. Yeah. So I would say it's about 40% accepting. She's gotten better now. Day 1, she was trying to reject all of them.
Oh, yeah.
So it required 2 people. So it's a bit of a time commitment, it's really hard to do. Yeah. And it's like, so we have timers going off all the time. I'm like, that's why like last week I was just a little bit crazy because now I've gotten into a routine. But, and then we also.
You're going to self-categorize last week as a little bit crazy? Okay.
I know. It was just, there's just a lot going on. My calm level in those times is I just get too stressy. I'm trying to be not stressy.
You had a lot going on. Also, like you were coming off fall break. It was just a lot.
I had to go straight from fall break into traveling again, trying to catch up on work, very busy. And then you have all this maintenance personally.
Totally.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And then that doesn't even talk about the kids stuff we had. I'm not even going to bring that up. But anyways,
totally. That's a
long story short, it's a low, and I'm super happy she got the surgery, but we have 2 solid weeks where it's a legit this amount of eye drops and this amount of medication per day, and then it should subside. We'll still have stuff, but it won't be as dramatic. So anyways, we'll get through it, but it's a lot.
Well, yeah, for a good cause, but that's tough. That's a labor of love.
Yeah.
If Chris listens to this, he's going to feel so vindicated in his no pet stance, but.
Well, I love pets, but don't take this clip and run with it. But like I was considering, like, could I have a Stevie Wonder dog for a little bit? Like, is it possible?
Oh, that's fucked up.
What would be worse, a blind dog or the amount of drops? And obviously we chose the right thing, but it's just like, it's a lot. And it's very expensive.
On the piano. Like with that head. We can certainly get an AI video of Birdie as Stevie Wonder, can't we?
I'm sure we can.
I'm going to use Sora. That's what I'm going to do with my day. That's the most pressing issue that we have.
I don't think there's anything else we need. That's for sure. Anyways, I paid for the surgery, people. We're doing it. Good. She has new eyes, or new lenses at least, not new eyes.
Just when Stevie Wonder Birdie couldn't get creepier, now she's got just sockets. Okay.
Well, we did have to explain that to the kids that it was not new eyeballs because they were very confused. Yeah. So anyways. All right. What's your low?
Have you ever seen a picture of yourself that you just go back to the drawing table of self-care?
Everyone. We are not photogenic people, and it's like I know that I am prettier than these photos present most of the time.
I know photos is mostly lighting and angles, but at Bocce, again, I was feeling great. Again, I was 2 martinis in. Maybe that wouldn't help my case. But a photo came back. Everyone else seemed to look great, by the way. So this lighting and this angle was just a me thing. The bags were bagging. And I was just like, holy shit. I look like a weathered hag. And I need to immediately ice my face. I need to get the patches. I need to get better cover up. I need to fucking group on the self-care.
How much money did you spend on Saturday buying self-care skincare?
More than $100. More than $100. Well, I haven't. Here's my problem with skincare. I'm a bad patient. I don't do it. It's like I will have some stuff and then it's like I forget. Like I forgot I had bought those caffeine drops for under my eyes, but I never put them on.
Yeah. You have to, again, the routine that works is the routine that you'll do.
But I got out all the old supplies. So I was like, it's almost like supermarket sweep of my beauty supplies. What do I have? And like I have eye cream, I just don't put it on half the time. So I was like, okay, I'm recommitting to.
Yeah.
And what I bought was, Molly Sims, beauty company. They have these, I pinned it a million years ago, but I in this instant remembered these highly reviewed under eye patches.
Okay. Well, you use them and then send them let me know if you like them and I'll buy them.
Well, I used them yesterday and I feel like already we're looking better than we did. So
good. Are they reusable or is it just like a one and done?
One and done. But what I like about them is they stay on so you can live your life. It's not one where you have to like sit back and like wait for them, which that's not on brand for me. It's like they really stick. So it's like you could be getting ready, put the patches on, but go about everything else you need to do.
I'm here for it. I have a hard time pulling the trigger on beauty items because they're expensive. Like it's kind of like, is it really worth it? And when I follow, have you heard of, or do you follow Cat Can Cook with a K? Cat Can Cook.
Oh, okay. Maybe you've sent me a recipe or two.
I think so. Sarah, our sister, introduced me to her, and she's got good recipes, but she also she's like been pumping up this like collagen, liquid collagen, she says is like taken in 60% more than powder or something. I don't know. Powder's like doesn't work that well. We've talked about it, but the liquid's supposed to. Anyways, I'm like, every time I go to buy it, it's like $123 for like a 2-pack, but I'm like, ooh, too expensive. But then she like posts all her favorite beauty items recently, and there's like, I don't know, 10. It's like, to your point, I'm not doing 10-step process here.
No.
Like I have a lotion right now that I got at Costco that I love, and I put it on my face nightly. That's good for me. And I know
you have great skin. Like if I could do a skin swap with you, not that sounds like the creepiest thing ever, but
but like not when you start talking about aging. Like I never really break out like I did last week. That's how stressed out I knew because I had one pimple. I had one mark.
The amount that I want to stab you in the side for that comment is extreme.
But I knew how stressed out I was because of that. But now I'm starting to age though. I never have had to worry about breakouts, and I appreciate that. And thank you for that comment. That means a lot.
And but you also don't have pores, like even up close, like you're like poreless.
I saw something about pores. I don't even have pores, but I saw this thing that somebody is a scrub to get the pores, the black stuff out of the pores.
You have no pores.
I know, but I really wanted it just because that is gratifying.
None of those work as good. The only thing I actually swear by are the pimple patches. That's if you have bad skin, that's the must own. Don't even ask another question.
Is it the Mighty patch? Because I was searching everywhere for those. I bought
a bunch of them. I ended up getting the slightly cheaper ones off of Amazon. They're called Hero.
All right, I'm going to write that down and link it because I kind of want to buy some new ones too.
Well, those are awesome. That's a must have. But anyways, eye patches, we're going to give that a go. I also just like the makeup was running low. So I was like, okay, I got to commit to some better cover up. Yeah. And then I just hadn't been doing the caffeine drops or the ice rolling. And I'm now recommitted to a regimen after looking haggard. I was just like, I would really do better. Try harder. There's a moment.
I would like to poll the crowd, though, of how many people keep their daily routine daily, or do they slip too? Because I'm with you. It's like I'll have a moment where I see a bad picture usually too, or something. And I'm like, okay, my get hot list is bringing back in, you know? So now I'm sipping lemon water in the morning. Who knows if that does anything? Now collagen's back in my coffee. We already said it doesn't do anything. Like, but I have to like have these moments though of comeback, so you know, like ice rolling. It's like, I love that ice roller, but is it coming out daily? You know, for 2 weeks I'll go strong, and then I'll forget about it for 2 weeks, and then I got to go again. You know, it's like reset. Everybody has to do this, right? I see these fitness influencers and I see these dietitians posting all the time about stuff, and I'm like, do you have a slip up? Tell me the truth. Like, I really want the real here. For real.
Here's my mental model. I think there is a whole class of girlies that are so into their skincare routine and their makeup, and they're just their beauty product people. And I'm not one of them. I'm not among them.
Yeah.
I'm hanging, you know, it's just like, for me, it's like
hanging on by a thread. Yeah,
literally. Exactly. And it shows. And it's showing. So then I have a wake up call where it's like, okay, recommit, get back in there, get back in that circle with those beauty product girlies. They look better than you. Tighten it up. Yeah. You know?
Well, I've mentioned this girl a few times on the pod because I do follow her, but Sam B Fit or something. Anyways, she's from around here.
Well, I followed her.
She's too pretty.
She's too pretty. She was too hot. I had to get her out of my feed. Sorry, Sam.
Well, so she she has a podcast that I listen to on occasion, and you know, her fiance now is always like, you know, you always put yourself together, like you always pull yourself together. And he's repeated it a few times on podcasts that I've listened to. Mm-hmm. And I just think Phil can't stay the same. Phil can't go like, you always pull yourself together. Because I look at myself sometimes when I've gone out the door and I have forgotten that I actually have a face because I'm so busy with kid stuff.
Well, I mean, you and I are literally hanging on by a thread here with parenting plus this business. But it's like, part of my problem is I give myself 10 minutes to get ready before I have to leave. It's like,
that's right.
There's
I'm like,
no amount of beauty products. There's no amount of beauty products that's going to fix I gave my allotment of 10 minutes. It's like, we got, and then I'm also late on the nails. I'm late on the hair. I'm late on the, everything. The eyebrows could use a little loving. It's like, there's 100 services that I've been delaying. Well, but I am getting my hair done. I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, which I am very excited for. That's going to be part of my.
You might be using the powder or whatever, but your hair looks good now, so that's good. I highlighted my hair last week, so I'm feeling a little bit better about that.
I'm using the powder, but last week I showed you a headshot that had been taken of me, and you were like, "Why does it look like you're wearing a wig?" And I'm like, "It's because the powder. It's like too precise. Yeah. It looks wig-like."
It did. That picture just wasn't doing you justice. It wasn't the best. It's like if you could redo a headshot, I would consider it just because it's like fine. But it looked like you were wearing it. It just didn't look natural.
Well, not to critique because I think it was an employee who was a photographer, but it wasn't a woman doing it. That's for sure. There were shadows galore. And like, I'll never forget Giselle saying, "I never take a picture when the sun is high." And I was like, if Giselle can't take a picture when the sun is high, none of us can. So it was too many shadows, and it wasn't, I looked old.
It wasn't right. It wasn't right. Mm-mm. Well, I was showing Ace my basketball album, and he was like, "I didn't know you were from the olden days." And I was like, "What the fuck?" So I was like, I mean, it was like black and white photos, but I was like, that was cruel, and I didn't like it. Anyways, I agree with you though. Let's get back to it. Okay. Let's get back on it.
All right. We are moving at a snail's pace today. How about things that are I have a couple things on my mind before we even get to the topic.
All right, me too. All right, you go first. What's your first on your mind?
What's your Halloween? I wanted to close the loop on Halloween costumes. Did you pick?
No, I haven't found anything yet. Okay. I will get back to you. The kids are all something. We're not doing family costumes. I did like you sent me an Instagram the other day that was dressing up like grass. And it was like a joke because it was like my husband, I want to dress up like grass so my husband will brag to the neighbors and pay attention to me on the weekends.
And that works for you.
Yeah.
Chris has never
So I might be grass.
I think it was funny. I think that's a good, easy one that you could do in 2 seconds and get a couple giggles.
And we really have been intensely talking about grass this season, so the neighbors would appreciate it, who we're going to be spending Halloween with.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hopefully that works. I went over to my neighbor's yesterday, dug through her costume box, and my options were banana or vampire. So I've decided, again, after Frumptastic picture, I'm going vampire.
Okay. I was like, which one are you going? I don't know. Vampire feels right. Just don't do it too creepy. Sometimes you have a tendency to go too far.
No, I'm going to try to go hot. I realized I'm like, struggling. I need to get on the self-care train. And I have some like vampy dark lipstick.
Okay. Go hot, but just don't go too far either. Because, the slutty vampire mom is not as cool as just like hot vampire who's classy.
Well, it was funny. I like pulled out this costume. It was basically a teddy. I go, Twee, what the heck? And she was like, listen. It was a different era. So I'm going to wear some of the elements, the cape and like some of the things. And then she's so funny, but she was like, okay, here's the teeth you got to get. You got to, she knows the specific. She's like, I have plenty of blood. So you just come over early. And it's like, okay. We're not the same person. But I ended up buying the glue-on vampire teeth that are the good ones.
Perfect. That's good. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll have sexy lip color. I'm going to overdo the makeup. I even bought eye. I bought some lashes.
Great. Love a good lash.
Good enough. Okay, so that's fine.
All right, what else you got on your mind?
Okay, there was a bit of a depressing article I read in The Atlantic about how even moderate drinking is like pretty bad for you. Did you see this?
Yeah, only because you sent it to me. And I'll say this. Mm-hmm. Every few weeks a new article comes out.
And they
contradict each other.
Well, even so that one was a little bit like, but the benefits of socializing and having great friends.
Totally. Here's the reality is, no shit. Like alcohol is not great for your body. As you age, you can tell. Like we just joked, like you had 2 martinis and all of a sudden your bags decided to pop out and play. Like it's not really healthy. But it's also like, I want to live a little. And you don't have to drink to live a little. It's just that is part of my enjoyment is like socializing, and having a cocktail or 2 goes along with it.
Well, this one was, the article was like, every drink takes 5 minutes off your life. And I was a little bit like, how long do I want to live? I think
5 minutes seems like a lot. I was thinking like a second.
Like, well, I was actually thinking the opposite.
Well, I mean, you have a couple drinks a week. You time, like you're losing like what, 20 minutes to 30 minutes.
But think how many minutes are in a day. It's like we got a lot of drinks in us before we even lose days.
I don't know. I'm 40. I've been drinking since I was 10.
That's sick. 10 is gross. You're wrong.
I'm just kidding. But we did drink in high school. So like it's been a minute. Like, but like I don't drink like I used to. Like, you know, in my 20s, I could get carried away. Like, I definitely think that, like, in moderation. But, like, again, like, if you're doing it in moderation and it's socially, I don't know. Those articles make me mad.
Don't make me feel guilty for my booze.
All right. I'm going to flip it to a more positive one, which I thought was interesting.
Let's hear it.
Did you see the Victoria's Secret fashion show?
I saw Angel Reese. Is that
that was what I was going to bring up. So they've started this. I don't know when they did it. It's been a few years now, where they start bringing in real people to like open it up to like, you know, more people can be fashion models, like more real people. But I loved it. Angel Reese, WNBA player, was walking. She looked great. Suni Lee, gymnastics. She was walking. She looked great. Yeah, I thought it was cool.
I follow Angel on social, so I saw her post there. You know, Victoria's Secret took a huge hit on, you know, no diversity,
right?
No body diversity. So they definitely are, you know, they got the memo and like went a different direction. But here's what I will say. It felt culturally relevant for the first time in a long time, just because they had interesting people in it.
Yeah, I agree.
But also, you know what I was thinking? And maybe this is just, I don't know if this is bad for the brand, but it's like Victoria's Secret is a strip mall lingerie shop where people go in there, the scents are too strong, and you dig in bins, try to find $5 underwear. Like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And this felt more aligned with that than ever.
Yeah. Some of the
it wasn't giving French bourgeois, you know, it was giving.
Yeah, you're right. But I kind of like that though, is it was more real to your point.
Yes. Yeah.
And like some of the ones in the past, they always have like, and I'm sure they did this time too, with like the diamond encrusted bra and like all that stuff. That's not what they're selling. You know what I mean? So it's like, again, runway to real life is always different, but it's like, you're right. Like they make it a little more real. Now, I did see something a little icky, though. Is like, I have been watching the Victoria's Secret fashion show for years. I can't remember when I started, but I certainly was older, teens at least, like older teens. One of the models is a daughter of a Real Housewife. So, of course, I know this. You wouldn't even know it. But Lisa Rinna used to be a housewife. She was also a soap star. But her daughter's walking in it, and she's a full-blown model now and beautiful. But they had a lot of controversy because her outfit was very scandalous. But I'm like, first of all, it's Victoria's Secret fashion show, so who cares? It's all lingerie.
Yeah.
But under one of the posts, you know, she was like, I'm so proud of my daughter. And the daughter said, I have been wanting to be a Victoria's Secret fashion model since I was 8, and my dreams have come true. And I was just like, I took a pause, like, ooh, 8? Like, if that's not a typo, I'm uncomfortable.
Well, you've been drinking since 8. 10. I don't know if we're one. Well,
humor and reality are two different things.
True,
like it's like, so I was like, maybe she didn't mean 8 or she didn't think it through, but I was like, I don't like that. But on the flip side, good for you. I'm glad your dreams are coming true.
Yeah. Well, I liked Angel Reese. I agree. She looked like a bombshell.
Yep. I loved it.
Okay.
All right.
Stay relevant.
Let's skip the other one. I had one more. Well, we'll just say it fast. You had sent me a little snippet on Princess Kate saying there's an epidemic of disconnection.
Yes. I thought that was a good quote.
I did too. And it's just kind of quick, which is like we talk a lot about screen time and kids being on their iPads and video games and all the things a lot. So we don't need to like harp on it. I think that quote though was it caught me in a way that was like, you're right, we are. And as long as we're doing things to have our kids have connection, it was nice to think about like, okay, let's make them have connection. Like we can get past this.
Totally. And like, it reminded me of that chart, which is just like the time spent with friends is so much lower than in the past. And to me, that's even more important than the screen time. Although obviously screen time is a little bit of the why, but it's like, let's focus on getting more play dates. Let's focus on getting them outside face to face with friends. Let's coordinate that. That's worth the effort. But that connection is definitely, as a society, something we need to focus more on.
Well, and in the same time I was scrolling, which is disconnection, but I saw an article that was saying like, you are like, in order to like help women's mental health, you should have a girls' night out every 22 days or something. It was very specific, but I loved it. I sent it to my girlfriends. So I was like, once a month, we need to make sure we do this. Like, and we do already, but it was just like a reset. It is the connection. It's not just about the kids. It's about the adults. It's about everything. It's like,
well, that's why the slow pickup was so good. I actually felt like it kind of like filled my cup in an hour and a half when I had to go over there anyways. It was perfect.
I love the slow pickup. I'm going to like see if you stole it from somewhere before I start coining it, but I like it. I'm going to take it and run with it for us.
You know, I don't pretend every idea I had is like unique, but I have never heard that. That doesn't mean somebody else didn't say it, but.
Well, and it's also like, you know, I think as long as it's not a big slogan, I think we got it. Let's take it and run with it.
Well, my friend Lauren and I started it a couple years ago because we'd do play dates with the girls, but then we'd be like, let's do a slow pickup and then have a glass of wine.
I love it. I love it. Love it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move into the topic, which is also a fun one. And it's the content.
37 minutes in. Okay.
I know. I love us and I love the podcast. It rejuvenates me in a way that I love. I'm already feeling younger. Can you see?
Yeah.
All right. I would like to start with a show that I told you to watch a few episodes ago that Phil and I crushed together.
Yes.
And it's the second season, but The Terminal List. Did you watch it now?
I'm proud to report that I have binge watched Terminal List and I'm ready to talk about it.
Great. I've been waiting for this moment. In fact, I wanted Content Roundup to go 2 weeks ago, but we didn't have enough time to watch all the content.
I'd been too busy. I was like, I haven't watched anything. So luckily for you, I've committed to TV in the last couple of weeks for this pod and also because that was my mood.
Thank you. Thank you for your service. And so what was your assessment of The Terminal List? Because I had said how much I love it and I was promoting it. So what do you think?
I loved it. Good. I don't know if we're the same person, but like, okay, I thought it was better than the first season. The first season was Chris Pratt.
Yes.
Looking hotter than he's ever looked in like a army, but like dark army storyline. And I actually was thinking, I want to go back and watch it again because I kind of forgot about it, but I do remember really liking it. And it's a gritty show. Like there were definitely some moments I had to look away.
Yeah.
But this season he's in it lightly, but Taylor Kitsch is really the main character. And, you know, I've been sleeping on Taylor Kitsch. Phenomenal. Was he phenomenal in this or was it just me?
Phenomenal. And I have not been sleeping on him because if you are a Friday Night Lights fan, you know who Taylor Kitsch is. He has been hot since Friday Night Lights. And that is a great show to go back and rewatch.
Well, you know, I wasn't a hardcore Friday Night Lights person, but I watched enough to know who he was. But then has he been in a bunch of stuff? And I just haven't.
Well, you know, I think he's probably been in more than I know. This was a back in my face kind of content. Yeah. Like I haven't seen him. He's been in some movies for sure.
Yeah.
He was in a couple different movies, but this was the best thing he's done in a while.
He was great, I thought.
He was so good. And
I think I like this season better than the first season of Chris Pratt. And Chris and I were talking because Chris and I also binged it together, which was fun.
Yeah.
But we were like, his acting was like better than Chris Pratt's, I think.
So to set the stage, Terminal List season 1 they are Navy SEALs. And Chris Pratt kind of had a vengeance. Whole season 1 was somebody had killed his family. And it was like vengeance of like the story, like who did it. And it kind of unveils all of these different things. Mm-hmm. And it's a little bit dark, but such a good show.
Yeah.
And then season 2 was kind of before that had happened, like the beginning of the prequel. And I really enjoyed it. It made me kind of even understand the character of Chris Pratt in season 1. Me too. It just really peeled back the layers in a way that was like, it was really well written. It was so entertaining, a little dark. So you have to know that it's very adult. So definitely adult show only, 100%. But like, it really was a good show. And I've said this before. I like those types of shows.
It's very pacey.
I couldn't say enough good things.
It's very pacey. Like, I like you finish one and you want to watch the next one because there's a new twist almost like in every single episode. And this one turned more like James Bond, like in a way than the first one.
I agree.
That I really thought was fun.
And even the other Navy SEAL that was his kind of sidekick.
So hot. Can we just talk
so hot.
Yeah.
So hot. Like, I don't even know his name. We have to find it. But he was so good looking. And you just love his character. You're like, gosh, I need to know more about him. So I hope season 3 is about him, to be honest.
Well, they teased season 3 at the end with the friend that kind of came in. And he was an actor on The Wire. There's a couple actors that have been from The Wire, which I think is one of the best shows of all time.
100%. And I just went on a date night with a couple and they had not seen The Wire. So Phil and I were like literally talking about The Wire as if it came out yesterday. We were like, you have to see it. Like, you haven't seen it. Like, it's
did you realize like the older black gentleman who was like like the head of that group, he was from The Wire.
Yes.
Then the friend at the end is from The Wire and is clearly going to be a main character next season. So I'm like, I can't wait.
They're doing it right. This was so well done.
Yeah.
So a must watch. Let's just stamp it must watch.
Amazon Prime.
One other thing. Amazon Prime.
Okay.
One other thing I would like to note, though, is I needed Taylor Kitsch to have a really hot moment again, because when I go back and watch Friday Night Lights, as I sometimes still do because it's so good, I'm now thinking Coach Taylor, the old coach, is hotter than the 17-year-old Taylor Kitsch because of age. And I didn't like that for myself. So I needed him to come back in an adult way.
Although Coach Taylor, we can all agree. Like, even if I was a teenager, I would have thought Coach Taylor was hot.
There's something there. But
am I getting confused with Taylor? No, Coach Taylor. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's Coach Taylor.
It's just Taylor Kitsch. It threw me off.
Yeah, no, he's hot as well. But when you start to be like, I don't know, just relating to him more with even his decision making and how he runs his life. And I don't know, I was like,
I forget what it was the other day, but there was like, someone in their young 20s, and I could have put myself in her shoes or her mom's shoes, and I naturally went to the mom's shoes, and I was like, oh no.
It's a funny place to be in life because we are now more in that stage. Like, I'll see like teenagers, like I'm fighting Lola on crop tops, and I'll see teenagers wearing outfits, and I'm like, oh no, too inappropriate. And I laugh because I used to fight mom all the time for my outfits, like,
or your crop tops.
For my crop tops. Like, hello, BB. Thank you I loved BB like back then. Like, I thought it was so cool. Anyways, yeah, I feel you. All right, let's move on.
So skinny.
So skinny. Yeah.
Well, the other ones will not surprise our longtime listeners here, but Survivor back on. Loving the season, partially because my whole family will watch together. So we have like a very cute co-viewing, and we even got Chris in on it this year.
Good for him. I'm glad he's in.
Me too. We needed that for our fam. But we do kind of a funny thing, which is your family, my family, and Chris's best friend, Serge. We do a draft. And so we play fantasy with Survivor.
highly recommend. You do not need a third party to do this. We just do it for fun, like where we select snake draft. We've mentioned this before, but like in the past, I've done like bachelor drafts, and we've actually used a site. This is just for fun. So I highly recommend get involved, but also do a draft with either just your family where everybody has a team or like with outside families. It makes it so much more enjoyable, and the kids get into it too. Yeah. It's really fun.
I know. One of our players went out last week, and Cal and I are on the same team.
Yeah.
And he was like, while they were voting, he was like, don't do it. Don't do it. And then they read the votes and he goes, no.
Yeah. I love it so much.
Funny.
Well, and like my son he'll like get an obsession with somebody like, oh, we have to have him on our team. And he's the worst. I'm like, he's not going to win. Rizzo, I'm like, he's not going to win. But we had to draft him because Ace really had his heart set on it.
You never know. I said last year you wouldn't win and you won.
But I felt really connected right away to Joe and Kyle from last season. Yeah. I did not feel connected to a person yet in the opening episodes like last season. Uh-huh. So we'll see how I'm loving this season too. I love everyone. But like last season, they really struck gold. Yeah. It's hard to do that every season, honestly. Yeah.
It's casting, but it's been fun. It's been a fun watch.
It's been fun. So again, highly recommend and do the draft.
We're also doing Amazing Race, which has been fun and back on. So again, just another show. Chris has to leave the room for that one. It's too stressful for him, but the kids and I love it.
I love that the travel is too stressful for him. That's what it is. It's like fast-paced travel.
Now, Cal and I are also into another competition reality show. I have one with Grace and one with Cal, which is kind of fun. So Grace and I are starting to watch Dancing with the Stars. Have you seen any of those?
So I have dabbled a little bit, and I will say the night that I watched the most was dedication night.
Oh, so good.
And every podcast that I listened to that brings up Dancing with the Stars was like, I was in tears with so many different ones.
Yes.
And again, I just say Dylan Efron is so...
I'm literally here for Dylan Efron.
I love him. I just want him to win. I want him to go far in life. Like he now, I think, is like going to just be the it guy for a long time.
Have you seen his dance from the dedication night?
Mm-hmm. I did.
It was his best one.
Now, I haven't seen that many, but I did see that one. He has a chance to win this whole thing.
The other one, he's not the best dancer, but I know that's not what always wins it. There are some excellent dancers that are like trained. They're like so good.
Whitney, I did not know Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was so talented in the dancing department.
So good. She's really good. Actually,
she could win
who else
too.
Is good is Alex Earl, the podcaster, or used to be Call Her Daddy co-host or whatever.
Wasn't she though like a cheerleader or something? I don't know her past, but I'm not surprised by this. She clearly has
danced at some point for sure.
Yeah.
Just you can tell they move different if they actually know how to dance.
Yeah.
And then you also have like Jordan Childs, which like the gymnasts always do good because they're so freaking athletic.
Well, and
she was amazing.
Flip and do things that are so cool.
Totally. Yeah. And the like weird one who's so good is I always say Crocodile Dundee, but that's not right. It's
Robert Irwin. Steve Irwin's son.
Yeah. Talk about a tearjerker. I was weeping. And then the kids were like, Mom, why are you crying? I was like, I'll see yourself out. I'm over here doing my thing.
Well, I have heard, I think that most people are saying Dylan should be in top 3 just because he's so likable. Robert Irwin is up there as well. And then Whitney is such a great dancer that they're kind of saying it could go any which way, but those are the top 3.
But Alex and Jordan.
I know Alex are,
they can make
actually Jordan's likable too. And I think Alex is likable, but in a different way. I think that
my kids like Jordan the best, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I can totally see her winning.
Funny, but just that's who they're rooting for the most. So maybe that's a data point.
Yeah. Well, I will say to close the loop on Dancing with the Stars, the other thing I saw was the Hillary Baldwin.
Yeah.
Hilaria. That's right. Sorry, I forgot. Hilaria.
How could you?
And the whole backstory with her that I think is so funny is that I think she's from an East Coast, like Connecticut or something. She's from an East Coast, but she has this accent as if she is. What's her accent, actually?
No clue.
It's made up. And she goes in and out of her accent on the reality show they have a little bit. but she got voted off. And then her whole comeback was like, I was bullied off the show. And I hadn't watched it up until the point, so I was going to ask your opinion on that. Do you think she was bullied off the show, or what's your take on that weird
No, my take
interview?
is she wasn't super likable in any of the like behind the scenes stuff. And even though she was a good dancer, she didn't get the votes. I mean, it hurts to get voted off before Andy Richter. That's tough. He's a horrible dancer. But again, he's really freaking likable.
Well, that's the thing, is you're not getting bullied off a show if people are voting for you off of likability. They just didn't vibe with you. That's not bullying. I don't. No. We always talk about bullying, obviously, in a big way, but it's like, don't use it.
I mean, I don't know if she had some stories I didn't see, but there was nothing on the show that made it seem like anything other than, like, we didn't even like her. Like, my kids were like, man, I don't care if she stays. It's like, she was good, but she was boring. And again, her backstories were boring, and like, there's just not.
And listen, maybe I'm positive she probably had mean comments on social media, and that's what she's talking about. But when you take it to just the show place, it's like, you weren't bullied off the show. And to your point, unless there was something behind the scenes we don't know about. It was just a weird statement.
She was a good dancer, though. Anyways, let's move on.
All right.
The one I was going to say with Calvin, though, was Special Forces. Have you, do you know this show?
Yes. So I have been watching this show for a little bit, just because if they pull a good cast, then I'm more intrigued. You know,
it's
so
they have some Dancing with the Stars. It's like their recipe is like, get a B/C list actor list.
Totally. And this season, I think they did a really good job because they've cast some like couples. Yeah. So like Shawn Johnson, gymnast, and her husband, who we also say we follow on social media, are on it.
And they're the highlights for me. I would say Shawn and Andrew are the highlights for me.
I've always liked them. Now you see them in a different light, and it just continues that narrative that they are like a likable couple. And then Jessie James Decker and her husband, Eric Decker, who's very good looking, are on it.
So hot. They're both so hot. They're not getting a lot of airtime so far. I bet they're not happy with that.
They've kind of mentioned it on social, not in a negative way, just like, I'm told, because they don't know the episode. So they're like, I'm told next week we might get more airtime, or, you know, I don't know why, but like or they'll
first
joke,
2 episodes, I didn't even realize they were on it. That's how little airtime they got.
Yeah. Well, and her backstory, I listened to it on a podcast, was like, he has always wanted to be on it. And like last season they called him to maybe go on it, and then ultimately they went with somebody else. And then this season was like, the only way Eric goes is if you go. And she was like, I have never wanted to do this. Like, no, thank you. But she ended up being like, you know, I'll go for you and it'll push us and whatever. So I thought that was kind of cute.
Yeah. I did couples angle though. It's kind of fun to watch.
Yeah. And I did see she like kind of, they tripped and he kind of tackled her. So she had like a busted nose.
I didn't know what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. She posted that to her social because I don't even think it was aired.
Okay.
Anyways. So the whole idea though is that they're competing in these very intense challenges.
Yeah. It looks physically grueling, but it is funny. Yeah. They act like they have been out there for weeks and it's like day 4. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Like,
totally.
I mean, with all due respect, suck it up.
Did you know this nugget too, which I found out? Everybody gets paid the same amount. I think it's like $200,000, but everybody gets paid up front. So no matter if you stay and leave day 1 or if you stay the whole time, you don't get more money, which is kind of an interesting incentive to bring up, because people are out there to just push themselves and motivate. But when you see people give up, they're getting the same amount of money. I found that interesting.
They have a knack for finding these NFL and NBA players who are like mentally weak. I mean, that's part of their recipe, but it like
Johnny Manziel.
I was so mad at him for giving up. He's and they got a couple others.
Well, also spoiler alert, don't give too many spoilers.
Sorry. But it's like, I was rooting for him. I was angry with him. And then, I mean, I think that they're doing this as one of the archetypes, but it's like physically incredible body. You should be crushing these things, but you're wimpy.
Yeah.
And then they also cast older women athletes who are mentally strong, who always crush it.
Yeah.
It's like, you kind of are figuring out their recipe here a little bit.
Yeah.
And they always have some reality stars that are not going to last 48 hours.
Yeah. One of my people left in day one. Not that I was rooting for her. I don't know if I should say it as a spoiler, but turn it off or fast forward if you don't want to hear.
Okay.
But the Valley, Brittany Cartwright.
Oh, I didn't know she was one of your girls. Okay. I didn't know.
I mean, I wouldn't put her in my category of one of my girls, but I watched The Valley a lot.
Okay.
And I watched Vanderpump Rules. And I didn't think she was going to do extremely well, but
I was rooting for her. She was likable. I was like, oh, come on. At least last a couple days. She gave up quickly.
Yeah, she gave up too quickly. I didn't like that. But anyways, I do find it to be super challenging. Some of those challenges would freak me out.
There's a lot of heights and there's a lot of like the one this week I was like, ooh, that would be hard for me. It was like a tight spaces one.
Tight enclosed spaces. I don't like that vibe.
No.
Water ones freak me out.
Yeah, so I don't know how long you'd last.
I don't know either. I would try to do as much as I could. If I was going, I would have to settle mentally with the fact that I'm going to do things that would freak me out and I just have to get past it. But oof, some of those are tough.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's a watch though. I wouldn't put it as a must watch, but I would put it on the watch list when you have time because it is enjoyable.
Well, what I like about it is Cal really likes it.
Yeah.
So he and I kind of have our show.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cute. And, he's not maybe predictably as into the dancing. He'll watch it, but like Grace loves the, Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she likes the makeup and the outfits and likes to, it's like all the things, the girly things.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of like that, she was gone and Cal's like, do you want to watch Special Forces? And I'm like, yeah, that'd be cute.
You're like, that is cute. I like that. I actually haven't watched that with the kids. Maybe I'll pull it.
Like I bet Ace would love it.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Got any more shows?
All right.
I got a couple I'm excited that are coming up.
Well, I'll say one more and then we can move into what we're excited about.
Okay.
I watched with Phil, another one with Phil called The Black Rabbit on Netflix. And it is starring Jason Bateman and Jude Law.
Oh.
And their brothers. Very A-list cast. The whole premise is basically they're restaurant owners. Jude Law is a restaurant owner. And it kind of has a little bit of mob ties. It kind of has a little bit of different things going on. I will put it on it was entertaining. And once I started watching it, I wanted to finish and get the end of like kind of the story.
Yeah.
But it is a very anxious show. And there wasn't a lot of redeeming characters. So I want to go in with saying, I don't know, like Phil loved it. I've talked to a couple people who really liked it.
Yeah. It's a guy show, it sounds like.
It was a guy show. It was a little dark. And honestly, you just are like, stop making bad decisions. You're making horrible decisions.
I feel like Jason Bateman always plays the same character, which is sort of like an asshole who makes bad choices.
That exactly. It kind of had the Ozark vibe. Yeah.
It's the same Ozark.
Exactly.
Thing. It's like that's his role.
And this was his role. That was his role in this. Mm-hmm. So it was very good acting. It was
how
intriguing.
Hot is Jude Law looking these days?
I mean, first of all, he's starting to look a little older. He's very good looking still. So he was enjoyable to watch for sure. But, also in this show, he was a little bit high stressed. So they wanted him to look a little strung out because of stress.
Got it.
So it showed and they played it well. But like in life, I mean, he's smoking.
You didn't hear my joke, but I said he's no napkin head anymore.
Yeah, I heard it. And I love Napkin Head. Like, I know that people might think that's cheesy, but what a lovable show. The Holiday Goes Down is still one of my favorite movies of all time that I could watch on repeat.
It's a good holiday one for sure. For sure.
It is.
Okay.
Let's go to the ones we're excited about.
Okay. 2 shows caught my eye that I'm like, put on list ASAP. One, season 2 of Nobody Wants This comes out October 23rd. So by the time this airs, it will be at least the first epi will have dropped. I love this. I don't know if it just hit right place, right time last year, but man, I hope they keep the magic because I could use like a great witty rom-com show.
I agree. And part of what made it so good though is they just had like, the relationship that you're rooting for had like only one time where you're like, aren't they going to make it? I hope that this season they don't make too many things that happen where it's like the up and down of them like being together. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the beauty of it. Is if when you start going too many seasons, you start adding drama, and then the core of the relationship you're rooting for becomes something you may not root for anymore because there's too much that have happened. I hope they don't do that.
They have such good supporting cast, though. I feel like they could add drama elsewhere.
I agree. And I really loved the whole show. Like, I'm so excited for it.
Well, it's like two sisters have a podcast. It's like, why do we like it? It's hard to say. It's weird.
Exactly. They're a little bit more sexually. Isn't it all about like sex and dating? Like their podcast?
I think they're younger.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be younger in the show. Like they're not married and it's got more. Speaking of, it's got more Giggly Squad.
Love Giggle Squad.
We'll put a pin in that and come back to it because I got one more show.
Okay.
Did you see that there is going to be a Bachelor Mansion interior design competition show hosted by Tayshia and Tyler Cameron?
I can't wait. No, I this is the number one thing I'm excited about.
Oh my God. Even center of the fairway for me. I've been wanting to redecorate that mansion for years.
And I follow Tyler Cameron because he like renovates homes, and he just renovated his house with his girlfriend. So hot, so likable. And
would you rather Tyler Cameron or Dylan Efron?
Ooh, oh my gosh, what a toughie.
Yeah, it just came to me.
Maybe I'm going Efron, but that's a real close toughie.
Yeah.
Who are you going? Who are you picking? You've always had a real big crush on Tyler Cameron.
I got to go Tyler Cameron, even though Dylan Efron, I'm just afraid he's short. Dylan Efron, what's his height?
No, he's definitely tall. Look it up real fast. I don't know. You got to look it up because in my mind, he's 6 foot at least. He seems tall.
I love how this is like 6 foot.
Yeah, perfect.
And he's the younger brother of Zach, who's only 5'8".
Yeah.
But let me see Tyler's height.
Tyler, though.
6'2".
Yeah.
Tyler, body for body. Those are some body oddies.
They're both good. It's hard to choose. And honestly, like Tyler's in this like very happy, sweet relationship that I'm following, which is more maybe why. Apparently Dylan has a girlfriend too and super, and I'm married.
Happily married.
But I
they're
think
both very likable.
They're both likable. They're just good follows. Anything they're in, I want to watch. Like
me too. So I'm excited for this. I also like Tayshia. So I'm like, obsessed. Great casting. I'm excited for the show. I don't know what contestants are on it yet, but hopefully they pull some good ones from the years.
Now, Tayshia did a crossover for a while with Summer House, old cast member who I was obsessed with, Luke, as well.
Crossover,
and they were dating. They were dating. It was a crossover for me. They were dating.
Oh, you say crossover as in she dated someone from another reality show. That's
exactly.
Got it.
That's the crossover. And I actually don't know if they're still together or not. They're very private with it. And there were rumors maybe they broke up, but I was so here for that because they were both so likable and so good looking. Luke, something with a G.
No, they broke up.
Dang. Okay, I thought I had seen something that they broke up.
Split in April 25 after 2 years of dating.
Man, I was really rooting for that. April, though. But they were always so private.
They were hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, maybe on to the next, but I'm excited for that show.
Yeah. Plus, the Bachelor Mansion, what iconic upgrade. It needed it, too. That was really haggard.
We love a renovation show. It's like the best of renovation shows.
Yes. Exciting.
All right.
So that doesn't come out till 2026, but we will be first in line.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay.
And now it sounds like you're a you're a giggler.
I'm a giggler. I was thinking we need, Sage Parents is like too boring. Sagers.
We've been talking about this offline as a joke. Like Sagers just doesn't feel like the right
Sagies
audience. Like, yeah, Sagies.
We'll keep workshopping.
Anybody who's listening out there, if you want to help come up with a name like the Gigglers for the Sagers, let us know.
Giggle Squad, you got me onto this because you're like, they have good banter, they're best friends, they're a decade younger than us, so it's like a little bit of a different perspective. They're obviously like super famous and wealthy and live in New York too, which is
totally
somehow not our life. Weird.
Yeah, weird.
But I do love their banter, and I kind of gotten into it a little bit.
Well, and they blew up recently. This is what I always say too, is I've liked them from the beginning, and then they really popped. That's what happens with a lot of things out there, is they have a podcast for a few years and then it pops, and so I just seeing somebody from the come up is always fun, and now I'm so happy for their success and now they're everywhere, they're on Tonight shows and they're all in all kinds of stuff. Hannah's like a full-blown comedian with, a Netflix
was she
special.
Doing stand-up before? I don't know like their full backstory.
She was, but she kind of got into it like after she left Summer House. I think she had always
Hannah
dabbled
was on
in
Summer
comedy.
House too.
That's how they know each other. Yes.
Well, they were friends from growing up, I think.
I guess I'm not much of a giggler to know they were friends from growing up. I think that they met in the Summer House, but we'll have to. I think that they became good friends in New York.
Let me look it up. I might as well just keep Googling stuff.
Keep looking it up. Fact checks. But their banter and their podcast is so fun. It's just you're chasing giggles. That's what we always say. And that's perfect for chasing giggles.
No, they met at a job interview where Hannah was working. So maybe like earlier, the Daily Dish. Oh no, sorry. I'm reading it wrong. According to that, there was an interview and that they met before the show.
Okay. But not like growing up friends.
I guess not.
Okay.
But it's like clear that Hannah knows Paige's mom. Like they know each other's family. They talk about that a lot. So they're definitely like real friends now.
Real friends. Yeah.
Anyways,
I love that. Yeah. It's a must listen for giggles.
Yeah. It's funny. It's like they giggle as much as we do. I'm like, we could have branded ourselves the Gigglers.
Yeah. They beat us to it.
Dang it. They beat us to it. Okay.
The smiling Sagers.
Sick. That's nasty. Please leave. See yourself out. I hated that so much. Sick.
Something's not working with it.
I think live brainstorming on names. Maybe we should make a mental note. Never again. I want to create a safe space for your brainstorm, but woof.
Thought it was a safe space. All right. Books. You have 2 books.
Well, what books are you bringing to the table?
That's why you have 2. One for me, one for you.
No, I read 2 good books lately. I wanted to shout out. One was Atmosphere from Taylor Jenkins Reid. She's super famous. This has like been on all the bestsellers, but I really enjoyed this one. It's about a female astronaut in the 80s, female astronaut in the 80s, and kind of what that was like. And it's got a lot of ingredients, I will say. Some like action from the space stuff, some love story. So I really enjoyed this read. And the other one was kind of just a rom-com, but I thought the premise was cute. It was called The Pickup. And it was basically 2 divorcees meeting at their kids' elementary school pickup. And
a slow pickup
in Brooklyn. So it was, again, I just hadn't read that storyline. I thought the characters were fun. I enjoyed.
Cute. Now, I love that. I do feel like when you're getting into these books, and like I love a good, like I can get into sci-fi in a weird way sometimes when the storyline's good. Yeah. Like I totally get where you're going here. But a lot of these book descriptions you're giving have space involved.
Maybe I'm in a space era. I also just think there's been a couple good space books lately. Maybe it's trending. Like for a while there was like a romantasy thing and there was like a lot of dragons and fae. Maybe you're not. And then maybe now it's like we're in a space place. But one thing I like about books is like these are just escapist. Take me out of my life. Let me relax. This is pleasure reading at its finest. This is not better yourself. This is just sheer entertainment.
Chasing smiles. Now, I didn't mean to bring that back in a creepy way, but it is true. You're chasing just enjoyment, and that's what you're getting out of it.
Chasing pleasure sounds sick, but pleasure.
That's why I said chasing smiles was way better than that.
Okay, we'll keep going.
Okay. All right.
Have you seen? I put this because I wanted to ask you, but I've heard good things from my mom friends for a kid family movie night, which is the new live action of How to Train Your Dragon. Just hit streaming.
Is it? So it's a new.
Well, it was like in the theater. It's that one. It was in the theaters, but we didn't go to the movie theaters to see it. But I'm excited because now we can watch it at home.
That'll be a great one. We have watched How to Train Your Dragon in the past and really loved it.
The cartoon
one? Kids are excited. I think so, yeah. The kids are into it. Yeah, cartoon.
Yeah, that's
not
the original.
Live action. Yeah.
This is well, it might be a little scarier. I was kind of trying to get another data point of like, these are looking very real life-like dragons.
I was going to say, I'll do some recon because we recently watched live action. What's the one we just watched that was a little bit too, it was a little like, whoa, that was too much. I said the Mulan one. Now we enjoyed it, but there were a couple moments that were a little scary in the live action Mulan. The live action Mufasa. What's that?
I mean, that's humans at war. That seems dark.
Yeah, I should have thought that through.
Mine did okay with Lion King because I think it was animals. And so we did okay there.
We loved that one. We loved that one. But there were, if you have younger kids, it's kind of, the lions can be scary.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's why this one I'm like, I think we'll be okay because I think the scary part's going to be like fire-breathing dragons. And we did find it Lion King, so I think we'll be fine. But I was just curious. But it looks good. Like, I want to watch it. So I'm a little bit like, I might lean into this.
Yeah, I think that the kids are super excited. They've liked How to Train a Dragon, so I think that's going to be a good one.
Okay. Any more content?
We'll do some recon. Nope, that's what I got.
It's funny. We're like not in a movie era. It's like more TV shows than movies.
I know. We just don't go to the movies that often, and when we do, it's usually for kids.
I know.
I said I went to Gabby's Dollhouse, and I couldn't recommend lower on the list. It was.
I don't want to see that.
No, it was awful. From a
Grace is excited about the new Wicked. Candidly, I hate musicals, so I'm not excited about that either. But
yeah, I agree. If a movie's coming out though at home, we're more open to watching it right now. We just don't get away for date nights at the movies right now.
No. All right, cool. Let's move on. Should we do tech tip and then obsessions?
Yes.
Okay, this is my last installment of the Bullying Prevention Month PSAs. But one of the ones I just wanted to bring up quickly that we heard when we interviewed 300 and almost 50 parents. And one of the ways that bullying shows up early is something that I think a lot of parents don't train their kids on because it's a little like nuanced, which is kids just remove someone annoying from the group thread. Or like they edit the roster. So someone gets on their nerves and they don't want to respond or have to deal with it. They remove them. So it's actually a very common, like, ouch, is like you got removed from the group thread. And I'm like, simple coaching could go so far here, which is like, don't remove them. If you need to start a new thread without them, start a new thread without them. Quietly. But like, just don't remove people from a big group chat because then it's even embarrassing when they get added back in. But we heard this. Yeah. I mean, literally dozens and dozens of times. And I think it's just something, it's like kind of the new world order of the digital age and like bullying looks different or like even just kid meanness if it's not bullying. So just coach your kid up on like a little more etiquette on not taking people off of group chats if they bug you.
Yeah, I just, it's a good one. It's a good call out because as a parent, you're probably not thinking so much about the group chats and that happening as much as it is.
Yeah.
But it just goes with like continuing to talk to your kids about kindness online as much as you're talking to them about kindness in the real world needs to continue. Because hiding behind a screen, maybe you feel more bold to act a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, I don't want my kid to be like, to your point, being the one that removes people. I want them to be the one adding people and just like not hurting people's feelings.
They're not taught. I mean, we give them tools and then we're not teaching them the nuance of, like, I think adults kind of know that without.
Right.
But again, we learned it. Kids need to be taught everything, including like all the etiquette of group chat. So that's one that I think is easily avoidable if we do a little better coaching.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What's your obsession?
My obsession is this jacket sweater that I have on right now that mi madre purchased for me. And we got it at the Barefoot Cottage, which is a cute little store in Nashville and in Evansville.
Yes.
But it's habitual. So it's a brand you can get on any site that if you Google it, I think it's even sold at Nordstrom and whatever, but I'll put the link in. But I'm obsessed. It's like,
what's the thick material? Is it like cozy?
It's cozy. So it's super cozy. Now it can, it's for colder weather. It's a little thick, so it can go a little hot right now as it's warming up during the day. But it's a zip that goes to your waist. So it's not cropped, but it's not long. It's the perfect hit. It is the perfect collar. You can zip it all the way a little bit tighter. You can unzip it.
Because that's like shirt jacket. But what's the sweater jacket? Is there one? Swacket?
It's a sweater. Swacket. It's a swacket. And
I never heard that. Did I just coin a new term, or is that a thing?
Another one, yeah. we're swacking today with these new terms. I love it. And I'm into plaid. I want to like wallpaper this room plaid. I guess I'm just in a plaid era, but like I'm really into this.
It's cute. I like it. Looks cozy. Looks very fall.
It was a little expensive. It's like $130, but to me, to have a staple that I can wear as a jacket as well is key here.
Plus, I don't think that's too trendy. You're going to be able to wear that for a long time.
I think so too.
Okay.
All right. What's your obsession?
Well, I got a birthday gift early that I've been already wearing. American Tall is a brand that got Instagram marketed to me because I am enormous. They had my number, but I now have sweatpants that are almost too long. Oh, and I've never had that. And the material is glorious. They're wide leg. I can't stop wearing them. So
material soft,
the softest. It's like that, almost that Lulu Dream Soft, or like Athleta has one too, but it's like butter.
A good sweatpant
and flattering. Perfect. It comes up high enough. It's, I mean, no notes.
Love that.
Also, I have one that I wanted to share because I think it's funny. So I have two obsessions.
Okay.
I don't know if this is like a TikTok thing or it was going around or just my friend is funny and came up with it, but she posted on her shared album that I'm on a video of like her talking in a funny voice and then her kid lip syncing to it, but not knowing what she was going to say. So like in real time, they're acting it out and they end up being hilarious. So I did this with Grace. Cal wouldn't do it, but I talk in a low voice or high voice, and like we were having the best time. We were just.
So you are voicing it over and they have to act it out? Is that what's happening?
In real time. So they lip sync and act it out. They're on camera. So you do a little video. So it's like, behind the scenes, I'm like, hi, I'm Grace. Or like, hey, what's up, girl? Like, or whatever. And then, they act it out. But they don't know what you're going to say ahead of time. So they're like reacting. They end up being really cute.
Okay. That's pretty cute. I have seen the version. Yeah, we'll have to do it. I haven't seen like the kids version of it. I love it. I have seen the adult version where I think it was Jessie James Decker, but her sister, she called her mom on speakerphone and her sister was telling her what to say, but she couldn't like break. Okay. So she was just saying the things and her mom was like, what are you doing? Like, anyways, it was like kind of funny. Yeah. But I like this for the kids. Like that would be humorous.
Yeah. We had like a really good hour goofing around the other day doing these, and she would do them to me too, and she loved those. So
yeah, okay, good stuff.
All right, awesome. Well,
I love it. That's a wrap for today.
That's a wrap.
Well, we did a long one today, but I like these.
I was excited to catch up. We had a long catch up, which we needed. So anyways, all right. Well, please rate us, follow us, and download the Sage Haven app in the App Store. Right now, it's only on Apple. will be coming to Android soon. Thanks for all of you who have requested that. We are working hard. But yeah, excited. If you want safer messaging for your kid, check that out. And we also are building up the Sage Sisters Podcast social. So if you're not following us on Instagram at Sage Sisters Podcast, give us a follow. You'll see some funny clips. And we appreciate the support. Share with your friends.
Awesome.
All right,
Lilas.
Lilas.